Welcome to Rebel Watch, an all-Star Wars podcast.
Hey, what are you trying to push on us?
Perhaps you think you're being treated unfairly.
Hey Star Wars fans, welcome to Rebel Watch. I'm Ez, and this is Mike. How's it going today, Mike?
It's going great, Ez. We have our second installment of the Star Wars Trivia Trials tonight.
Yeah, we do. I'm excited. This is the Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones. That is the name of
That's
the film.
the one we were supposed to
That is
write
episode
questions
2,
for, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
You are correct.
Okay, good.
You are
All
correct.
Right. That's good. So let's go ahead and introduce our two contestants here. We've been talking them up. We have Fogle, David Fogle, and Andrew Johnston.
Absolutely. Welcome, fellas. We had a chance to talk to both of these individuals for a moment and kind of figure out, what they did to prepare for the trials, or maybe they don't even know what the trials are. So
Correct.
We'll go ahead and go to that real quick.
Hey guys, I got Fogle with us here, and we're going to talk to him about how he prepared for the trivia trials, because it's not easy. It's a trial, my friends. So, Fogle, how did you prepare for today?
Well, I watched episode 2, probably my least favorite episode, 3 times.
That's fair.
In the past 2 days.
That was difficult. That sounds very trying. Did you what in particular were you looking for? Did you watch the last episode, and what did you sort of glean from that episode that you're using to prepare when you were watching episode 2?
I was just trying to figure out all the little small idiosyncrasies, because your guys' question from the first Star Wars Trivia Trials was very, very specific. So I wanted to find all the small references that you guys have probably picked up on.
I like it. That's good. That's why you have to watch the trivia trials. You have to watch each week and be prepared. So Mike did throw out a couple hints in the last episode. So if you watch that, I think you'll be well prepared. So confidence level, you don't know much about your competition, correct?
That is true. I have no idea who this man is.
Okay. So, but I know that we had Fogle back senior year. We were watching. That was the senior skit, right? What were we doing?
Yep, senior skit, senior year, lots of rap, dancing Yoda. It was a good time.
Okay, so I feel like there was some training going on back in the day there. Plus, you've got years of experience on this guy, so I think you're going to be just fine.
That sounds good to me. I would categorize myself as maybe a Jedi Knight, not quite a master such as yourself, but not a Padawan.
He's not a Padawan, folks. He's not a Padawan. All right, we'll throw it back to Mike, and we'll get back into trivia trials.
We're here with Mr. Johnson. Andrew, it's been maybe a week since I've seen you last. This is your debut on the trivia trials. How you feeling?
I'm a little nervous. He said that he would destroy me, so...
The Fogle said he was going to destroy you.
Yeah, he did. So I don't know if he was serious or not, but I don't know. I don't really know how confident to be going into this, but I'm ready to have fun.
Okay, we've got to get Andrew animated here. He's a little quiet, which you may be a little afraid that maybe Fogle intimidated you there in the beginning at that first meeting.
I think you might be right.
I'm really excited. So what have you done this week to prepare for the trials?
I watched it one time last night.
Just once?
Just the one time.
Wow. I have to say and go on record that scares me a little bit.
I've seen the movie probably 25 times throughout my lifetime, so I trust myself.
Okay, well, you heard it here. We have one contestant calling the other out, and the other trusts himself. Yeah. So we will see how this pans out here in a moment. Back to the table.
And we're back. That was cool. That's the magic of post-production editing.
I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
I think Andrew's a little scared tonight. I think Fogle may have thrown him off his game when he first met him, just pretty much just saying, "I'm going to destroy you." That was a very Sith-like statement.
Right. No one got to see that. That was in the kitchen. It went down in the kitchen. Yeah. They shook hands, and basically Fogle looked him in the eye and said, "I will destroy you."
Did not hesitate.
Didn't hesitate.
Did not hesitate.
And I forgot that our old friend was a Sith Lord.
A Sith Lord. He does dabble in the dark
dabbles.
side.
He dabbles. I totally forgot about that. So
Absolutely.
But this is going to be an interesting contest. Although
Yes.
Andrew was very cool and collected and gathered, ready to go. I mean, he did say he only watched the movie once in preparation, but he had seen it multiple times over.
That's an interesting strategy.
Right.
I'm not so sure if it's going to work in his favor. We shall see.
We shall see.
We shall see. Gentlemen, welcome to the trials.
What is happening, boys?
It's going well. Hopefully you gentlemen are ready for the first round of questions. The first round of questions will consist of 8 questions.
Yes.
In which both of you will provide an answer via your whiteboard. Cheating is discouraged, and you will be immediately disqualified
But
from
using
the
the
trials.
Force is encouraged.
That is encouraged. You should always be using the Force. It flows through us. It binds us. It penetrates us sometimes.
Very important, the penetration.
Penetration is very important here on the trivia trials.
Fogle.
So shall we get started with our first question? Gentlemen, are you ready to participate in your trials?
Absolutely.
All right, we will ask
Wow,
you
the
to speak.
soft-spoken Andrew is he's kind of got me like I don't know right now. I'm
a little uncomfortable. I'm concerned that we might not even hear his responses in his microphone. He's so soft-spoken.
Well, and I'm concerned that we have 2 Sith Lords among us. Actually, I always thought that Andrew was a light side guy,
That's
but
right.
now,
Always 2.
What's that?
Always
2. Always.
We're
2.
talking about Sith Lords, right?
right. Yeah.
Okay, just checking
Exactly.
with that statement. Redact that from the record. That was never
Oh, here
said.
we go. Redaction number 1.
Redaction number 1. We might have a little ticker going with redactions in the corner here.
We will
but
have a lot of redactions in this.
we will provide you with this one statement before we get started. Gentlemen, may the Force be with you. Your first question is this. Don't forget, you both are answering this question on your whiteboards.
Yeah, you
we'll
might-
give you at least 20 seconds to display that answer. And your first question is this. What's the name of the aquatic planet known for its cloning facility? Give 20 seconds on this softball question. That's right out of the gate.
Is it a softball question?
I think it is. If you had seen the film, I think it's a softball question.
Yeah, it was a pretty big point of discussion.
I really
in the
do
film,
think. We'll
so.
give him another 5
Please
seconds.
do not judge me for my spelling.
The spelling is okay. As long as you're giving your best effort, that's what counts. If we can identify what you're getting at, then that should be
Then that should
totally
be fine.
fine. We'll give another 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and show those answers to the camera. Camino. You're right, Fogle. The spelling is incorrect, but we're going to give you the point on
We'll
that
take it.
one. It's
great.
definitely that's a 1 point ball game. So we got a tie
You know,
here.
that's different from episode 1. We had a couple of goose eggs right
Couple
out the
goose
gate.
eggs.
So this is I'm nervous actually. I'm not sure that we have enough questions. We've weighed these guys. We know them, and we'll have to see. We got some tiebreaker questions. If
Trials could be going into the wee hours of the night.
they could be
So stay tuned for this very extremely long episode of Rebel Watch.
right. All right, here we go. Question number 2, fellas. What's the name of the original subject commissioned for the cloning project on Camino?
This is a person.
What's the name of the original subject who was commissioned for the cloning project on Camino?
Or the person who commissioned it?
The person who was commissioned. So let me rephrase it. The person whom the clones are cloned from. We'll say that.
Gotcha.
I think the awkwardness of the question there kind of threw him off.
I think it did too.
That's okay.
I think
That's all right.
But an interesting question there from Fogle. Who commissioned the cloning?
That's a really interesting question.
That may be a question later in the trials. We will just
may.
see what questions are chosen. Give it another 5.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead,
Go
fellas.
ahead and show those answers. Django Fett is correct. Note that on the score. We got a 2-2 ball game. As you are right, I'm shaking in my boots now.
I know.
Might have just a straight, just
I told you.
every answer correct. I'm
You
a little
don't know
worried.
the power of the dark side.
The dark side is flowing through these gentlemen right
I know.
now.
It
A lot of
allows you.
penetration of the dark side going on.
I'm honestly worried about this because what really threw us last episode was Sarah's ability to cloud
Yes.
everything that was going on. And if we have 2 dark
Absolutely.
side individuals, I'm afraid that things are going to get out of control.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of strategy again there. The knowledge is there with both of these gentlemen, but also a little bit of extracurriculars going on beforehand that may change the game here. Maybe a little more of a difficult question here. Maybe not. Could be a softball. We shall see. Gentlemen, how many creatures are released into the execution ring on Geonosis? Give you 15 seconds.
I don't see anybody immediately writing anything down, so this is interesting.
This is interesting, and I think they may be stumped by the question. And by creatures, I mean those participating in the execution, not necessarily any bystanders and or security staff in the ring.
Don't worry. You were more than clear on that one.
Good,
Okay.
good. Everyone have their answers. All right, let's go ahead and display those to the camera. 3 is correct. 3-3 ball game.
We're good. A couple
softballs.
Softballs.
I do like to get our contestants a little comfortable.
Well, we want them to get confident.
Under the
because,
lights here, you got cameras in your face. You're, in the presence of a couple handsome gentlemen in blazers.
Right.
It can get a little.
That's
It
what
gets
really throws
intimidating.
me off.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the looks. That's what we come for.
Absolutely. That's why people come to the Rebel Watch podcast. They just can't resist us.
Well, I think what
As-
everyone's really wondering right now, it's still round 1. Mike does have his pants on. We're not into round 2
Still
yet.
on.
So-
Round 2 is a pantsless round.
You have your pants on?
Currently,
Yeah,
at
wait.
this point, they are still on.
Do we need
Why?
to stop so I can put mine on?
It
That's
ju-
okay. That's
Go ahead and leave those off.
Go ahead and leave them off.
The
So-
camera is
sounds
only
good.
at waist height, so everything
okay.
is fine.
it
As
starts to pan backwards and
hello, go
all
ahead
of
and
a
run
sudden
that
you have
camera.
a R-rated podcast.
Go ahead and administer your number 4 question.
Here we go. Who stood witness to Anakin and Padme's marriage?
I'm going to say before I write this, I totally thought that was going to be a question that
Come
you were
on.
going to ask.
Okay, let's go.
Only so much material you can actually take from one film.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's interesting that that Fogle knew the questions we were going to ask.
He's
How
sensing
did
the
that happen?
questions. It's almost as if he were here and present while the questions were being written.
I'm worried.
Interesting tactic.
All right, let's see it, fellas. C-3PO and R2-D2. That is correct.
Correct.
Actually, I was wondering if they would have
Correct.
both of them. They, if one, I was going to take I wasn't going to award them the point if they had just C-3PO.
That would
or
have been an
just R2.
incorrect answer because
D2.
both droids were present for
Right, we
the
did
wedding
say-
bliss of those two individuals.
Okay. All right.
C-3PO has always been there. Just thought I'd throw that out.
Not really.
Always.
Always.
He may be
Been
Snoke, and I think you may want to go back and reference a video on Rebel Watch a few months ago with some theories about Snoke and C-3PO.
Yeah, there's a lot there, and that's a really good point. He's always been there
Always been there.
from the beginning.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right. All right, gentlemen. Next question.
Mm-hmm.
When Padme and Anakin leave for Tatooine, they take Padme's personal ship. What color is her ship? It's definitely a tricky question.
It's tricky, but
if you're
it's a
colorblind, that also could be
that
a very
really could
tricky
throw you
question.
here. That could really throw you.
We
big
may
time,
accept
so-
a couple of answers here.
Yeah, we might. Maybe. We'll see.
You guys another 10
Interesting.
seconds to think about this one?
Yeah. Are you sure?
The Force is strong with me.
Oh,
I am sure.
That's a confidence I haven't
I'm
seen since I dabbled in the dark side. As
I didn't know you dabbled.
spoiler
Spoiler
alert,
alert,
I have
did
dabbled
not
in
know.
the dark side just slightly
No,
for a couple of months.
We'll discuss this later because I did not know that my co-host had ever dabbled in the dark
Rebel
arts.
Watch After Dark.
Hello.
Turmoil.
That's we're gonna have to go some night vision on the camera for that one.
Okay. All right, let's see it, fellas.
Okay. Interesting responses
We're gonna
here.
have to. Okay.
Okay, I mean, reflective is not a color, but I feel like I want to grant him the point because
It honestly
a
isn't
chrome,
bad.
a chrome is reflective.
This is interesting. This is honest. What are we gonna do here, Mike? Are you gonna grant him the point?
We might have to cut to a brief commercial to discuss this one.
It's all up to you. That is just the only thing that could come up in my mind at that moment.
Okay. I mean,
This may be the breaking point.
This is
of
crazy
Mr.
because
Johnson.
I tell you right now, if we're getting technical and these guys are pretty evenly matched, we did say color.
we did say
That
color.
is
what
not the
color
color you're
is the
looking
ship?
for.
Andrew has put us in a really interesting. You're the commissioner here.
This is about
You- Chrome
Ooh.
is a finish.
we said we would accept chrome or silver.
Yeah,
we
we
said
were
we
gonna,
would accept it.
Silver, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't quite so sure about silver.
I was,
So
should've said the finish.
I was.
Maybe we should have said. I say we take them
Finish.
both, but you're the commissioner.
Give them the points.
They
We'll
knew
take
what they
the
were.
Points. Maybe a tough question. Maybe should have been stricken from the list of questions before.
Are we up to our second redaction then?
We
I think it
redacted
just could
that
have
question,
been
but the
worded
whole
better,
question.
but,
No,
you know.
just okay. All right, awesome. Here we go. Next question, fellas. What is the name of Obi-Wan's astromech droid?
Getting a little sweatier as
Getting
here.
a
I
little
think
sweaty.
We may have stumped Fogle on this one.
This is where we separate the field.
We do separate the field with the younglings and the Jedi Knights.
That's right. All right. Here we go. Let's see it,
See
fellas.
those answers? Wow.
Okay.
Wow. We're going to grant the point to both.
Yeah, correct.
In that one as
Nice
well.
job.
We got ourselves, what is it, a 6-6 ball game here, racking up the points. Gonna set a Rebel Watch Trivia Trials record on this match.
They really are.
Going ahead
actually.
and gonna.
It's
throw
a
that
good
out
thing
there.
I wrote those extra questions for round 3.
It's gonna get sweaty, though. I think this next round might be a game changer for
Okay.
these contestants.
Well, there's some strategy that's going to take place with the multiple choice. So,
absolutely right.
Next question, Mike.
All right,
Or-
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Your next question is this. What's the name of the Jedi Master that the Camino cloners were expecting upon Obi-Wan's arrival?
Oh, goodness. You really want me to spell, don't you?
Hey,
Yeah,
really
we-
encourage your best effort
Right.
on the spelling. This could
As
be an
phonetic
interesting
as
one.
possible.
If we can't understand what they're getting at, we cannot grant the point.
Could we ask them to read it to us?
We may be able to ask them to verbalize their answer and award them a point.
But we're going to have
if
to see them
necessary.
first before just to kind of make a determination.
Absolutely.
I have no idea how this is spelled.
Okay.
That's okay. Let's go ahead
I'm
and see those
stumped.
answers.
Let's
if
go
you
ahead and see the
gentlemen have
answers.
them.
Ready?
That is
That's a pretty good try. I like it.
surprisingly close on Andrew's part. Fogle, not as close. I do not recall him being referred to as Cypher Diaz. But
Hey.
we understand where he's getting at on that one.
I do get. Yeah, that was
We're granting
that was
the point on that
We're
one.
granting the
That's
point.
a 7-7
Yes.
game for the record.
I'd say
little
the
concern
spellings.
here.
The spellings in Star Wars are difficult.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So
It's garbage.
we'll grant that.
This is an interesting question upcoming as may
Yeah, this could be.
separate our
This-
contestants here.
I don't know. Honestly, from what I've seen here so far, this is going to be another softball, and this is the last question in round 1.
Okay.
Here we go, fellas. What are Mace Windu's first words to Count Dooku?
Interesting question. I'm hearing some chattering here amongst the viewers in house here.
I think they're falling asleep.
I think they're either falling asleep or is everyone's
Very
pants
live
on? They
audience
are
today.
on. Okay, cool. It is very lively here in the Rebel Watch household.
All right.
Do we have
5,
answers from our contestants?
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see her.
Let's see them. Wow. That was a sweaty question. Andrew gets the point on that one for 8 points. Count Dooku is an incorrect answer. He did.
I could tell at the end when I started counting. I could tell
Dooku.
Logan was like, I have to have something on the board.
Yeah.
He did-
no
No,
idea on that one.
That was a
That's
great
okay.
guess, though. I think. I mean,
was.
approaching someone you haven't seen
Right.
in a long time, you
Hey,
may
Right.
say
guy.
Count Dooku.
Right.
But he did say
Count Dooku.
Count
Right.
Dooku. How's it going? Maybe how's it going?
It's
was
a nice
his first
greeting.
statement. But he did say this party's over.
He did say that. That's correct.
fantastic.
Yeah,
So-
it was Legends.
After
And it was
round
Legends.
1, we have an 8-7 ball game with Mr. Johnson in the league, but Fogle not far behind.
No, not far behind.
I'm not shocked.
I'm sweating less because I think there's a little bit more separation now. I was worried that we were going to literally go straight through and they're going to answer all the
Barely any
questions correctly.
separation, though.
Yeah.
Can't even
Barely,
fit a
yes.
hair through the separation right
No, you
now.
can't. All right.
Tight ball game. So, gentlemen, that is round 1. Round 2 is a little different. Round 2, we will have our leader, which in this case is Andrew Johnson, will pick 6 numbers between the numbers 1 through 12. Do not be confused. Those are only the numbers through 1 through 12, and you will choose 6 of those. The numbers that you choose are associated with the question that we have before us, and those questions will be administered to you. The remaining questions will go to your contestant, Mr. Fogle. You will, for a correct answer, you'll receive 2 points.
That's right.
Outright. If you would like to choose a multiple choice option, if you answer it correctly at that point, you'll be given 1 point. Does everyone understand the rules of round 2?
So it's 1 point if you use multiple choice.
Exactly. Yeah, getting that mic nice and tight.
Yeah, 1 point. Now, here, Andrew, you're going to need to meditate because these questions, this is a random thing for us. We're not handpicking, this. We've got a mixture. We got a mixed batch of hard, easy, different levels of questions here. So it's your job to concentrate and sift through and give me the correct numbers that...
Let the force penetrate you.
Yeah, let it guide you, my friend. All right, so 1 through 12, give us your numbers. We need 6 of those numbers.
2.
2, he says.
2.
7.
7, he whispered.
9.
9. Mm-hmm. Kind of see where he's going here with this.
Yeah.
3.
Oh.
I went back. Okay.
There's a
4. How many do I got left?
One more.
Spelling and addition.
Well,
not
math is not a strong,
not our
it's never
favorite
been a strong
subject.
suit on this show.
That's right.
No.
That's right.
12.
He
12.
goes with number 12.
Wow, he went double digits on the end there. That's
May
interesting.
make or break him.
It really may. Okay.
So you have the remaining questions, David, when we get to you, but we will go to the leader first for his questions. And his first question...
We're going to go straight through those questions,
We're going to go straight through those questions. Andrew,
Okay.
you will receive your 6 questions first, and then Fogle will be administered his 6.
So is this on the whiteboard?
Nope.
Or is
No
this,
whiteboard.
this
These are
is just
your
spoken?
questions and your
Cool.
questions alone.
Yep.
Awesome.
We will give you around 20 questions, depending on the difficulty of the question. You may ask for it to be repeated at any time, as well as the answers to any multiple choice option at any time. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Andrew. Your first question comes from number 2. You chose this. The Force chose this.
You did.
Okay.
Question's
I got a bad
this.
feeling about this.
As you should. Andrew, for how many years does Palpatine claim the current Republic has stood?
Now, we'll remind you that you can use multiple choice for
I'm
1 point,
gonna.
or you can
I'm gonna
go with your gut and get the 2 points.
My gut is telling me go with multiple.
He's
choice.
going with the multiple choice as interesting strategy.
Uh-huh.
Let's see how it works out for him. Andrew, is it answer A, 100 years, B, 10,000 years, C, 1,000 years, or D, 2,000 years? You can have
Do you
those.
need those repeated in Palpatine's voice?
We could attempt to do a Palpatine impersonation. Got to be honest, not my greatest impersonation.
I don't think we need to hear that. Fogle.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna go with C. Final answer.
Was that 1,000 years? And that's a correct answer for 1 point.
Nice job.
From Mr. Johnson. Great
Wow.
choice on the multiple choice there.
You should start saying my last name correctly there, Mike.
Is it?
It's Johnston.
Was it?
Oh,
was it-
that's just
was
the
it-
speech impediment.
That's a speech impediment.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
forgot to disclose that
Yeah.
I have one of those.
Making fun of
People have been
speech
watching
impediments.
the podcast for some time now are very
He's so
aware.
insensitive. Throw him off the show.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know what's interesting is when
Yeah.
you're sitting there, Mike, I honestly think Andrew probably could have answered that, without the
taken a
multiple
little more
choice.
time, yeah.
Without the multiple choice. But it's sort of like, what if I'm wrong? If I hear the options and I
right.
hear the answer I'm thinking, then I'm thinking, all right, I'll go ahead and select the correct
And that is
answer.
the trials, my friend. The
I'm
multiple
ready for
choice
this
is there, but it definitely hurts you. It
It does.
definitely hurts you.
It does. Okay, Andrew, you ready for your second question?
I'm ready.
All right. What is Count Dooku's Sith name?
Lord Tyrannus.
He said them all. That's good. We'll
Wow,
take it.
that's 2
Spot
points.
on. 2 points.
That's 2 points, which brings
He's not
Andrew
messing
up to
around.
a
He went for
total
that
of
one.
How many points? 11-7.
11-7.
Pressure's on.
Very strong
it's
usage
so
of the
on.
2-point answer there. He did not hesitate at all.
He
on
didn't
that one.
hesitate. I like it. All right. Well, and I think that was his Sith nature. They seem to know one another. It's sort of a.
Agreed.
I mean, he wants to be a light side guy, but I can really sense some dark side energy coming off of
Absolutely.
Andrew.
The dark side may cloud his judgment on this next question, which is question number 4. Andrew, where does Jango Fett tell Obi-Wan he was recruited? As that's a deep,
This is a deep, sweaty question.
sweaty
Sweaty question. If you're out there right now and you have
probably
that answer right now
yelling.
without the multiple choice,
You're yelling
Good for
at
you.
Andrew right now.
Good for you.
absolutely.
I have a good feeling.
does.
However, I'm going to go with the multiple
He's
choice.
utilizing
I
the
think it's a
multiple
smart call.
choice. Definitely a smart call.
Yep.
This is a tricky question. Hopefully you get this 1 point. Andrew, is the answer A, Moons of Bogdan? B, Geonosis? C, Coruscant? Or D, the Moons of Iago? I'll give you 10 seconds on this one.
You do seem to just make up numbers for the seconds, don't you? Just sort of.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I like it.
Level of difficulty. If you want that question repeated
I
or
like
the
it.
answers repeated.
Sometimes it's
I'll throw
20,
another 10
sometimes it's
seconds.
10. Tom, I don't know. I'm hearing inconsistencies over here.
I'm
on
feeling.
the time.
Absolutely.
He's the commissioner,
Absolutely.
so we don't question it.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Is it B? Final answer.
The B answer was Geonosis. Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
That is incorrect.
Ah,
No points will be awarded to Mr. Johnston.
darn.
Let me correct the speech impediment.
Yes.
Please tell me which one it
So
was.
the answer was Moons
The
of
answer
Bogdan.
was
Oh
Moons of
my
Bogdan.
God.
Answer A on that one. Strike that question from the
Should
record.
have gone with my gut.
A great opportunity now to maybe
Right.
get a couple more points,
Right.
but Fogle could really strike here when it hits 6 questions.
He could. It's interesting on whether you use the multiple choice or not. So this is all still up in the air.
I'm
here.
not so sure that these Sith followers are using the Force to its fullest potential.
they're a little overconfident. I think sometimes you're right, Mike.
That's right. A little
so-
arrogant,
yeah.
possibly.
All right, here we go. Next question, folks. Andrew, what is the title given to the leader of Camino?
Oh, this is also another sweaty
This is also
question.
sweaty. What is the title given to the leader of Camino?
As I gotta be honest, I think maybe our contestants thought that we were only throwing softballs.
I know we really set them up there in the first round, didn't we?
Really made them feel good about themselves, and
Yeah.
then struck them down with the
My
Force.
friends, it's the trials. It's the trials. And when
I'll give you another 10 seconds.
Multiple choice.
Multiple
Can
choice,
I,
he
can I hear
says.
the multiple choice?
He asked for
All
the
right.
multiple choice.
And multiple choice. We have A, President, B, General, C, Prime Minister, D, Captain. Interesting.
Very interesting answers.
I'm going to go with C, Prime Minister.
Is that your final answer?
Ooh.
Is he reading our facial expressions to try to see if we're giving away the
trying
answer?
to utilize the Force to intimidate us.
I think
in
he
this
was. He was trying to
instance.
pressure us into a reaction.
Absolutely. Is that your
That
final
is
answer?
my final answer.
That's correct.
That's correct. Nice
For a
job.
Point.
I
1
could tell.
point.
You know,
That really was a sweaty
You really
question.
can't trust our
that was
facial
sweaty.
expressions.
You really cannot because I made sure that
That's right.
look of not so sure.
Absolutely.
The
I
mic
always
out,
look confused.
the mic
so, yeah.
eyebrow definitely throws you off.
And I even shaved him for you guys too to make him look good for camera. So
Good, good.
that interesting there.
Well done.
Here's another 2 questions.
Two
for
more
the
questions,
second
Andrew.
round.
Here we go.
Could make or break this individual. Andrew, question number 9. It's your question, and it is this: what color is the lightsaber Anakin uses during the arena battle scene?
Green.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final
That
answer.
is 2 points.
2 points.
For Mr. Johnson.
Nice job.
Put him on the board. He has, at this moment, is it 14 points? 14 points.
Wow, that's
Big
good
lead.
math that we did in our head right there. Nice job, Mike.
I blacked out.
Me too. Okay, awesome. So didn't need to use the multiple choice there. Well done,
Absolutely.
Andrew. Here we go.
Absolutely.
On to your next question. According to Padme, how far away is Geonosis from Tatooine?
Oh, that's a deep.
Wow.
I'm
I'm
so
sweating. It's so
sweaty.
deep.
I might have to take my jacket off.
Wow. We are in round 2, and normally Mike's
Okay,
pants
I know
come
it's-
off
I know
in
it's-
this round.
Absolutely.
She says less than blank parsecs. I'm going to need the multiple choice on
He's
this one.
going with the multiple choice as interesting
All right.
strategy. The answer right on the tip of his tongue.
It's right there. Okay, so we have A, just under 2 parsecs. B, 1 parsec. C, less than 1 parsec. D, 12 parsecs.
That's some sweaty answers
Sweaty.
from the question writer
Yeah,
on that one. Maybe a little tricky.
you're welcome.
That was you.
It was.
It was you.
Could
I felt like we
you
needed
could
to
you repeat the
those?
Could you repeat the
Absolutely.
answers?
please?
Absolutely.
So we have A, just under 2 parsecs. B, 1 parsec. C, less than 1 parsec. D, 12 parsecs.
As I got to be honest, this is one of those moments where Andrew had a gut feeling. Here's the answers, and now maybe questioning that
That's right.
feeling. We'll see
It's
how it plays
intense.
out for him.
It's very intense. Our scorekeeper's taking a guess right now.
Honestly, don't even know what the answers are, so I don't know if I can help you with that one.
This is great because I actually did not highlight the correct answer. I know the correct answer.
Wow.
But I'm leaving everyone here. So, Andrew, we'll need your answer in 5, 4.
I'm gonna repeat those if you need it.
3. If you need one more repeat, you have it. 2.
C.
1.
Final answer.
C. Less than 1 parsec. That is correct.
That's correct. Give him
Yes.
a point.
Oh man.
Have to go ahead
Andrew,
and ask
you had
Andrew.
a gut feeling there.
What was that gut feeling?
My gut feeling
Was less than.
was less than. I thought it was 2 parsecs.
Wow.
And I almost said A. I was very close.
Wow.
That was a real nail biter there.
I was going to tell you to go with your gut, which would have been right from a certain point of view.
From a
That's
certain
right,
point of
okay.
view, 1 parsec, 2 parsecs. Who's to tell what's correct?
Right. Tomato. All right.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. So
After
we're
his round 2, we have, what's the total? 15-7. Big lead here.
Wow.
Fogle's definitely going to need to go with his gut on some answers to try to take a lead here in round 2.
interesting. All right, here we go. You have his first question?
Absolutely. Your first question, Fogle, which you did not get to choose. They were chosen for you, and that's sometimes how the Force works.
That's right.
Is question number 1, which is this. What's the name of Padme's decoy who is killed in the beginning of Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones?
I also thought that would be a question.
Wow.
And unfortunately, I always get it wrong because I confuse the two.
Interesting.
I think of the one later.
Interesting. Some sweaty knowledge coming out here from Mr. Fogle. Don't forget, Fogle, you have the multiple choice option if you so seek it.
I'm going to need the multiple choice.
He goes with the multiple choice, and he shall receive the multiple choice. Fogle, is it answer A, Dorme, B, Corday, C, Ada, or D, Karina?
I'm going to go with B.
He goes with Cortez, and he gets the
And he's
point.
right. He's
He
correct.
is
Because I
correct
always think
for 1
that it's
point.
Dorme.
Right.
That is a
honestly,
tricky question.
A lot of folks do, actually.
Absolutely. Very good
Very well
response
done.
there.
Did your duty.
Well, utilization of the multiple choice, has gotta be honest.
All right. Here we go. All right, Fogle, here we go. Next question. What is the name of the young boy Padme describes to Anakin on Naboo? This is interesting.
If you'd like some context for this question, we may be able to provide a little for you.
Oh, no, I remember it.
Okay. He remembers it, Mike.
He remembers it well.
How many times did he say he watched this movie?
I think he's actually said he never seen
He's never
this
seen
movie.
it?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
I
pretty
didn't-
sure
that's what
he
I
just
thought.
is garnering the Force at this
I
point,
see,
drinking
right.
the Mad Tree, letting it speak
If
to
I
him.
see.
if none means 3 times in the last 2 days, then that would be a correct answer. However, retention
Okay.
is always a problem.
Which could be a problem if you're drinking from the Force while watching
Right.
the film.
Right.
The Force tree may or may not have a hold. So I am also going to need the multiple choice on this
What's the
particular
multiple
question.
choice
Thank you.
is?
All right, here we go. So we have, oh boy. Here we go. We have A, Janus, B, Paulo, C, Corin, D, Kyle.
I'm going to go with B one more time.
Right. He's got it.
He's
Correct.
got Paulo, which was Padme's.
Like lover or something.
boyfriend in the
like,
That was a
legislative-
little confusing because it seemed like that's a first-time question.
Absolutely.
it yeah, it,
It
did, right.
absolutely
It
could be
did.
a first-time question.
Yeah. Interesting that,
Real
Anakin
sweaty.
would go there.
Real sweaty stuff.
He
Absolutely.
says, "I get the picture."
Yeah,
He does.
He did not enjoy that
Very
I
disturbed.
didn't like it
at all.
Very disturbed for that. I think they were just playing jacks, though, so I don't know what he was talking about. So, David, your next question is number 6, and it is this. How many people returned from Cliegg Lar's search party when attempting to rescue Shmi Skywalker?
Ooh.
This is sweatier.
This is a
one of the
sweaty-
sweatier questions.
Funny question, as
Yeah. Andrew left a few on the board for our friend
did.
Fogle to.
but at this point, Fogle really needs to utilize those 2 points to start
Right,
to
that's
try to
interesting,
try to
yeah.
regain a lead.
I have a gut feeling,
There's a gut feeling.
Is it the Force or is it?
and I like to gamble too.
Oh,
Wow.
it's that dark side.
This could be a make or break moment.
I mean, Watto liked to gamble, but
And
it really didn't.
It didn't work out.
It didn't work
Absolutely.
out. So
It didn't work
Absolutely.
out on several parts.
yeah.
Absolutely. Don't forget you have the multiple choice option if you would like it.
Oh, I know. I'm going to gamble.
He's gambling.
He's a gambling man.
And I might feel sorry for this, but I am going to say 4.
Is that your final answer?
I don't like the cut of your jib there, but I'm going to say yes. The final answer.
Mr. Fogle. That is correct for 2 points. He went with his gut
Well
in that
done.
moment, and it paid
I have
off.
to say, well done. I was a little concerned there.
Gotta
but,
be honest, I was as well.
Sometimes you have to just give in. The Force will guide you.
Absolutely.
There is a balance to the Force, a yin and yang. There is a light and a dark.
Right.
Just saying.
And a little gray.
Absolutely.
Are we getting the
That's
that
actually a
topic for
Star
another?
Wars
Let's not
thing.
get into that.
Let's not get okay.
Absolutely. That's for another podcast.
All right, here we go. So let's strike that question off.
Absolutely.
All right, your next question, Fogle. Here we go. What actor played Count Dooku in Star Wars Episode 2: Attack of the Clones?
I'm going to feel really dumb if I mess this up because it was literally said earlier in the night.
Right.
And
can I go on record and
Absolutely.
say that
that man has been removed.
that man
from
has
the
been
premises.
removed from the premises because I could not believe that
Absolutely.
happened, and I did not
Absolutely.
rewrite the question because I wondered still
If Fogle was listening.
if he was listening. So,
Interesting. Interesting.
I'm going to say Christopher Lee.
correct.
He gets 2 points for that
Correct.
one.
I want to go on record saying I
Absolutely.
was made fun of earlier for not knowing who Count Dooku was. I said the
Yes.
guy that played him because I didn't want to give
Yes.
it away.
Yes.
Because it was one of my questions tonight. So, just to be very
I
clear.
thought there was going to be a fight that broke out after
Oh
that
my
statement.
goodness.
Surely felt uncomfortable.
Yeah, it did. It was fine. No,
All
it was totally fine.
right.
It was one of those things. So, well done, well done. Here we go. We have
Whoa.
2 more questions.
Way to pull out those 2 points there. You have 2 more questions to go, and number 10 is this. What's the name of the youngling that lowers the shades
Yeah.
in episode 2?
Liam.
Is that your final answer?
Oh, yeah.
That's another 2 points. The man is knowledgeable about Attack of the Clones.
Oh, boy. Okay, I like it.
What is the total on Mr. Fogle's? We have a 15
tie ball game.
ball
He
game.
still has one more question.
He has one more
Super
question.
sweaty.
Wow, this is getting sweaty. He didn't even need to go to multiple choice there. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, here we go.
Got
Next
a very
question.
bad feeling about this.
That's okay. That's okay.
Who calls? David, you ready? Here we go. Who calls for emergency powers to be given to Supreme Chancellor Palpatine?
Ezra, I'm just going to say that once I say this answer,
Yeah.
I hope that the Force guided you to never ask about this particular character
It's possible.
ever again.
Is he talking about Shmi Skywalker?
I think he might be.
But I'm going to say Representative Jar Jar Binks.
Wow.
Correct.
Correct.
He is correct.
I sense
We
a
don't
lot.
really like asking questions about Jar Jar on this podcast because it just takes us down a road we don't really want to travel.
It's a dark road.
It is
Dello
very,
Felagates.
yeah,
That
Dello
was an
Felagates.
actual quote from the movie that hasn't been included in these trivia trials.
thank
I will
God.
say, though, Ez,
Yeah.
we did have a fan of Jar Jar Binks on the previous trivia trials.
We did.
He did defend Jar Jar.
He
There
did.
was a
That's right.
defense there.
He did.
Yep.
Yeah.
If
I
you
disliked
recall that.
right after that happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I wondered.
One
I wondered where our
dislike
one
on
dislike
the
came
video.
from.
Yep.
Yeah.
Came from
Unjob.
Mr. Johnston.
Oh, funny. Okay, so we have a 17-15.
A very
Ball game.
close game.
Wow.
Each individual has had the lead
Yes,
now in
it's
this
switched
game.
now, isn't it? That's interesting.
A very high-scoring match. Gentlemen, is everyone good on beverages and or
Bathroom break.
Bathroom
Are we
breaks.
okay?
The
We need
Force
to-
tree is
we-
still.
the Force
Going
tree
strong.
is still he's
Okay.
still sipping from the tree. We will take one brief break here for refreshments and or relief, and we will return right after this. Folks, we're back with round 3 of the trivia trials. Excuse us for that little delay there.
Took a quick break, and I think we went and watched a little bit of
Episode 2.
episode 2. We had to write a few more questions. No, I'm just
Absolutely.
kidding. We're
Absolutely.
There was
good
no
to go.
cheating
no
during
cheating.
the break.
No,
There
no
was
one
not.
looked at their phones. No one watched the
I
movies.
turned the Wi-Fi off.
Absolutely. We have a score of 17-15 with Mr. Fogle leading Mr. Johnson just by 2 points. Anyone's ball game at this point.
Right,
Ez.
right. It's close. I
Anyone's
like it.
ball game. I did go on record and say Johnson. That has been
So-
corrected for the record.
Third redaction.
Third
Did we-
redaction. All
Okay.
Johnsons will be redacted
I
from
think
the
I missed
transcript.
a few redactions earlier, but that
Absolutely.
we're good.
That's okay. Gentlemen, round 3 revolves around movie quotes. You may be asked to answer who said it, or you may be required to fill in the blank in a direct quote. The fill in the blank answer must be verbatim from the quote.
Wow.
Any questions?
Very sweaty, but I'm ready to
Very
go.
sweaty
Okay.
questions will be
Super
administered
sweaty.
here. You each will receive a question. We have added an extra round of 1-point questions here. There will be, you each will receive 2 1-point questions here in this third round. You'll then both receive 1 2-point question, 1 3-point question, and then finally a 4-point question. We will go back and forth. We will start with our leader in round 3, which is Mr. Fogle. And Mr. Fogle, your question is this for 1 point. Who said it, Mr. Fogle? I don't think she liked me watching her.
That would be Anakin Skywalker.
That's correct for 1 point
Wow.
on the record.
a little creepy.
A nice
A little-
creepy
yeah.
quote
A
there
little-
from Anakin.
Right, exactly. All right, we're just going to strike that out, right, Mike, and move
Strike
on
that
down
question
here.
for
All
Andrew.
right, Andrew, here we go. Who said it? I've got a bad feeling about this.
Anakin Skywalker.
That's correct
That
for
is
a
correct.
point.
Interesting. We kind of thought we would try to trip him up a little bit with the double Anakin
Absolutely.
Skywalker response, but
It's an interesting question
Yeah, it
because
was
a
good.
lot of people say this quote throughout the entire Star Wars
Could
movies.
be almost anyone.
Almost anyone. In this
Anyone.
particular film, it was Anakin Skywalker.
correct.
Mr. Fogle, we come to your next 1-point question, and it is this. Who said the following? Die, Jedi dogs. For 1 point. There is no multiple choice option here,
No.
as
Nothing to save you.
nothing to save you with these questions.
That would have been, I believe, C-3PO's head attached to a battle droid's body.
A big description there, and it is absolutely accurate for
Correct.
a point.
Correct.
Mr. Fogle taking a 1916 lead here. We will see if Andrew can come back and get this next or his last 1-point question.
All right, here we go. Andrew, who said the following? The shifter broke. Life seems so much simpler when you're fixing things.
Anakin Skywalker.
A lot of Anakin Skywalker.
A lot
answers.
of Anakin. Yeah. I'm wondering who wrote these questions here. A
Probably
lot
Anakin
of-
Skywalker.
And
Lot
that's
of-
correct for a point. It is 1917. And that concludes the 1-point questions.
Those are over.
There is no way I would have gotten that one.
They get harder
No way.
as
It's interesting.
Yo.
an easy question.
It's
the odds
interesting.
have to be in your favor.
Well,
This
it's
isn't
not
the
the
Hunger
odds.
Games.
It's the Force.
It's
That's
the
right.
Force. This is
That's
not the
right.
Hunger Games.
So much simpler when you're
So,
fixing things.
so
You need to say these in the accent of the people.
Mr. Fogle, your 2-point question is this. Who said it, Fogle? Why do I feel like you're going to be the death of me?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
And that's 2 points on the record for Mr. Fogle, 21 to 17.
I like this. Not
It's
a
a
lot of
big
hesitation.
2-point.
They're going right after it. They seem to really know their quotes well. This is
Absolutely.
interesting.
Absolutely.
You know, we did mention in our talk before this, Mike,
Yeah.
that a lot of these quotes, they get quoted a lot, even though Attack of the Clones is not really one of the more favorite.
Yeah, it's not a well-received film.
It's almost made fun of in a sense
is.
sometimes, and so these quotes get brought up a lot.
And that's
so-
why people remember it.
That's
why
Because
they
all
remember
they were
it.
doing was
That's right.
making fun of it.
Sometimes those awkward conversations can become great quotes.
Yeah.
Andrew, your 2-point question will be
All right.
administered now by Ezra.
Here we go. All right, who said it? You're going to pay for all the Jedi you've killed today, Dooku.
Anakin Skywalker.
2
God,
points.
you gotta
I'm
gotta
pretty
give
sure
me
These
more.
folks have been
I
to
wondered
the
if
depths.
It's
we
on
could trip him up
autopilot
with a
right now.
triple
I swear.
Anakin Skywalker
Maybe
response.
he is getting all the Anakin
That's a
Skywalker
cool trick.
questions.
Do you think we're setting him up for, is the next one? I mean, at some point he may start to wonder if.
As I
Or
gotta
do
be
you-
honest, this is an arrogance we haven't seen from Andrew all night.
Right.
It may be starting to catch up with him now on the dark side.
That's right.
Fogle said he would destroy him in this match. Still a close match, though. But the
That's right.
arrogance of Andrew Johnston is now arising.
The Force is strong with him.
Wow. A couple of inebriated individuals on the podcast. We now turn to one inebriated individual for the record. We are now going to our 3-point questions. And your first question, Fogle, is this. Who said the following, Fogle? I'm not afraid to die. I've been dying a little bit each day since you've come back into my life. For 3 points.
Padme.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is 3 points. My goodness. Mr. Fogle destroying some of these questions.
I told you, I thought the movie quotes would be a little easier. And they haven't missed one yet, have they?
Not a quote yet.
Okay. All right, let's strike that one. And we're moving on to Andrew. Here we go. Who said the following? What about the senator from Naboo? Is she dead yet? I'm not signing your treaty until I have her head on my desk.
Viceroy Newt Gunray.
Ezra Kirk, I haven't seen direct quotes answered this correctly since the beginning of the trivia trials.
I know. He's coming
Clearly,
out.
we're ready for the trials.
This
You're
is
ready.
impressive.
This is the all-star
Really,
round.
it's going to come down to that round 2. Who did that hurt?
It
Can we do
absolutely
a quick,
with one question. That was a
That was 3 points.
3-point round.
Yeah.
And our total at this point is
So we had each.
22-24. Anyone's ball game
Wow.
still here, as we forgot to mention to our contestants, because no one's given the opportunity to steal an answer.
That's right. That's correct.
We forgot to disclose that at the beginning of the round.
I was
Didn't-
about to say, like,
didn't
if he
think it
gets
would-
it wrong, may I proceed
We
to
would
answer?
have
Yes, that's
proceeded,
correct.
and a response at that point for the point value given hasn't been used yet, hasn't been necessary yet, but that is an option if we get here into the 4-pointers.
Wow. Okay. All right. So we're going back to Fogle, correct?
Absolutely.
All right. You got this one?
Fogle, here's a direct quote, and you are going to have to fill in the blank. This comes from Palpatine in Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Master Blank, do you really think it'll come to war? For 4 points.
Can you repeat that just one more time for me?
Absolutely. He's going for the repeat. May have stumped him on this 4-pointer.
I'm not sure. I
Too
think
soon
he
to
knows it.
tell.
I think he just wants a repeat to make sure.
The quote is this, David. Master Blank, do you really think it'll come to war? Please
This
fill in
is
the blank.
Palpatine talking.
This is Palpatine talking in Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
That's right.
I am going to say Master Yoda.
Give him 4 points,
4
on
points.
this direct
Oh, it's
quote.
sweet relief.
Filled in the blank and took it home. Ez.
Nice job.
Impressive.
Right.
This individual is definitely ready for the trials.
He is. All right. Well done. All right. This next quote comes from Master Kiadi Monday. He says this. We need to fill in the blank or finish the quote, Andrew. Here we are. He's a political idealist, not a murderer.
Wow, 4 points for Andrew, the big man Johnston, pulling it out
Just spits it
on
out.
that one.
Spits it out.
Was that our last question, or are we
will
going to
probably throw 2 more 4-pointers in here just to make things interesting?
Okay.
Currently, Mr. Fogle does have the lead with 28-26. It's a 2-point game. At this point, as we'll administer a question each to each individual.
Okay.
If David gets his question right, Andrew does not have a chance to win the game. If he gets it wrong, there could be a steal here.
Sudden
Right.
death.
This is interesting.
This is interesting.
Call it
So,
an audible.
Call it an audible here. I say we go with this question. What do you say?
This question?
No, not that one. I say the one above it.
I think this question was discussed earlier in the discussion before the podcast went
Was it
live.
really?
It was discussed.
We're gonna call an audible. That I don't like. So that's
Absolutely.
How
part of the
many
issues here.
psychopathies ago was this?
This was a while. This
couple of
is several ago.
These were
What
yes.
interesting. So we're still on quotes here. So I like it. I guess I also think that might be a little too.
we could go. We'll go with the highlighted question here, present on my screen.
All right, you got it.
Mr. Fogle, for the win. Fill in the blank on this quote directly from Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Verbatim.
I don't like sand. It's coarse, and rough and blank, and it gets everywhere.
You're a real son of a bitch. You know that?
I did not choose this question.
Don't count yourself out so fast.
I
Repeat that again for me, please.
The question is,
no.
or the quote is this, and fill in the blank, Fogle. He may have shot himself in the foot with the psychopathy. I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and blank, and it gets everywhere. Fill in the blank, Fogle. We'll give you another 10 seconds.
Oh, man. And I want this verbatim.
It's coarse, rough.
I want it verbatim, Mike.
For the win, Andrew Johnson could get the steal here for the victory.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Anyone's ball game at this point.
Is it on the whiteboard behind me? I will not look.
It's not on the whiteboard.
It was removed by Mr. Johnson. Johnston, you now have me saying it. Right?
Well, it's
Good God.
a tricky name. Not really. That's a very straightforward
straightforward name.
I'm inebriated.
It's okay.
Mr. Fogle, we'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Do you have an answer? We can repeat that
Hard.
Hard.
That is incorrect.
That is incorrect.
That is incorrect.
We have to give Mr. Johnson a
we have
chance,
to give him an opportunity.
an official
I
steal.
blew it.
I do need you to speak into the microphone, Mr.
What-
Johnson, directly.
Now, I
we
want
need a response.
this verbatim. Okay?
Goodness.
I'm going to have Mike's going to repeat it one more time.
One more time.
And this has to be verbatim.
Verbatim. If you, at any point, answer this question incorrectly, it will be a win for Mr. David Fogle. And the quote is this, Andrew. I don't like sand.
Don't like it.
It's coarse
No.
and rough
Rough.
and blank.
And it's irritating.
And it gets everywhere. Irritating is your final answer?
That is my final answer,
That
Mr. Mike.
is correct for 4 points and the win.
win.
He
And the
comes
win.
back and claims the victory from defeat.
I don't know that
True epic there.
That
boys.
Truly
was
epic.
really
You really just got stumped that last one, really?
It really did. It was completely out of my mind.
Well,
Gotta be honest,
Can
we
we-
saw David annihilating questions there
did.
for a second.
We did. Can I mention something?
Yeah.
Often we have a quote in episode 5
That's right.
that is often misquoted, and this is one of those quotes that is sometimes at Celebration
Absolutely.
we heard it misquoted. Andrew, am I right? And so
Yeah.
people don't finish the quote.
Usually people say I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere.
And that's really where they
the
forget the irritating.
And that's why it's a 4-point question.
Wow.
4 points for the win. Got to be honest, I'm not surprised because both gentlemen played a great match.
They did. They did. This was an epic battle. It was back and forth, literally back and forth.
Absolutely.
And I'm very proud of both of them.
He
Some
is
deep and
ready to
sweaty.
take on the trials
I'm ready.
on his own.
I will
on
say
his
you
own.
I'm ready for
both
the
are ready
trials.
for the
Yes.
trials. That
Yes.
is for sure. and
He's holding
execute
me
them.
back.
Another direct quote from Mr. Johnston.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Impressive match. Hopefully we can have these two individuals on again, maybe for a more all-inclusive Star Wars match.
Yeah, I would like that. I think that we're just to see where the trivia trials go.
Absolutely.
We've got theories going crazy after the Last Jedi trailer.
Absolutely.
It's been an interesting time here. So,
That's right.
wow, that was a good match.
It was.
Really excited about the outcome. So it's good stuff.
That concludes the trivia trials for episode 2, Attack of the Clones. This is our second installment of the trivia trials. Next week, we're going to delve into episode 3.
That's right. We don't have any contestants lined up yet, do we?
We do.
You have a couple?
They're just not named at this moment.
Okay, they're not
Those
named.
will be disclosed later in the week.
I demand a rematch.
We have a rematch
We
call
have
out.
a rematch request, which could actually take place in the
Wow.
near future.
Interesting. All right, so if you're interested in participating in the trivia trials via just asking or giving us some questions, if you don't think Mike and I are writing good caliber questions, please submit those on our Facebook. Send us
Absolutely.
a message.
Absolutely.
Just comment on one of the posts, or you can send us an email at rebelwatchpodcasting@gmail.com.
That's right.
And that should be good to go there. So, anything
Absolutely.
else we'd like to add?
Great match. That was the highest scoring match we've had. We've only had
We
two,
did
but
have-
that is the highest score.
We did have to lengthen the match a little bit, which
Absolutely.
I was happy with. I thought this would be close, and so I was really nervous
And it
about
was.
going into the tiebreaker. We haven't even set up that scenario yet. We're not sure what it would look
Absolutely.
like, but I think we're going to have to do that now.
You call an audible, and sometimes it pans out, and sometimes it doesn't.
Right. Yeah. It's going to put us on the spot.
Couple gentlemen there.
Shaking hands, I
embracing
like it.
was nice.
A
good.
Very
great
good.
match.
It's good.
Gentlemen, I believe you have faced your trials, and we commend you for that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Again, those positive reviews go on iTunes. The negative ones go in the comments down below.
Absolutely.
We appreciate that very
Absolutely.
much. We also have some new Rebel Watch swag here.
Hello.
I'll go ahead and take this off,
Hello.
just so everyone can kind of see it. So we have some Rebel Watch, just a little, I don't know, what do you call it? It's a wristband, whatever it is.
wristband
thing.
swag.
So if you want to leave us one of those positive reviews on iTunes,
Absolutely.
not that we're buying reviews or anything.
No.
We're trying to, get some
We don't
positive
do-
reviews. but,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
it does have to be higher than a 4.
I mean, we'll
Star.
take a 4. I'll take a 5. 4.
I'll take a 4 or 5.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
kidding.
Absolutely.
No, in all seriousness, though, if you guys, if you do subscribe to the channel and like the Facebook page and leave us a review, then hit us up, send us an email, and we will send you a wristband.
Also
They're pretty
send you
cool.
some additional swag that we got coming up as well.
Oh,
so
we
we'll
do.
Just package
We're
that
gonna
up
leave-
right for you. And
Yeah,
It's
we
a
have
surprise.
it is a surprise. We have some more swag coming, and I'm really excited about that. So, all right, guys. Again, thanks so much for watching. As always, may the Force be with you. Here's one. Okay, here. Let me read one real quick here. Okay, here's another fill in the blank. Your mother had gone out early, like she always did, to pick blank that grow on the evaporators.
I
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms. And
Andrew wouldn't have got that
unfortunately,
one.